The Seattle Seahawks have entered the chat for best team in the National Football Conference, if not the National Football League. Everybody. They're only one half game behind the now 7-2 Colts, thanks to the Pittsburgh Steelers taking care of the Colts. And then the Seahawks do what they do, which is win on the road. They went into Washington last night on Sunday Night Football. I told y'all that I was concerned about the Commanders and that they're just not looking like last year, and it has, something to do with the injuries, but it also has to do with just not looking at all. I'll be honest, and we'll talk about the Commanders in a minute. I didn't see the Seahawks starting 6-2, certainly after they lost week 1 at home to the 49ers. But what they are is deep and playable. What did you say prior to the show, that they remind you of the Patriots because of why?
Back in the day, when Brady would be throwing all these touchdowns to a bunch of guys you never heard of. Everybody in fantasy last night, and I know this isn't fantasy, but everyone in fantasy is like, who is... They're checking their teams, they're checking their free agents. Like, who are these guys?
Well,
they look great, man. The uniforms especially, they looked amazing.
Rich Eisen Show's social media's Jay Culp put Chris Brockman's team in our Guillotine League right on the chopping block thanks to Torrey Horton's touchdowns last night. I think he knows who Torrey Horton is. And so does Brockman.
Who the hell is Tim Horton?
Yeah, I don't.
No, it's Torrey Horton.
So close.
6 touchdowns now this year. That's the most by a Seattle rookie since DK Metcalf in 2019.
Torrey Horton, here's a who.
He did. And a what and a how. One of 4 receivers in the last 5 seasons with 6 or more touchdowns in his first 8 career games. The others are named Jordan Addison, Christian Watson, and Jamar Chase.
Okay.
Oh.
But really, it's the Sam Darnold to Jackson Smith-Njigba world that we're talking about.
Sure is.
Jackson Smith-Njigba, JSN. 8 more catches for 129 yards and through 8 games. Gentlemen in the studio and ladies out there listening, we have a possibility on our hands of a 2,000-yard receiving season. Mm-hmm. Jackson Smith-Njigba has 948 yards for the first 8 games of the season. Jeez. And in terms of his age, 23 years old, he just broke the record for most yards in the first 8 games of a season by anybody less than 25. And that record belonged to Isaac Bruce. Went to the Hall of Fame after a 22-year-old. He had 938 receiving yards in the 1995 Rams season. That's how good this kid is. He's like the 7-11, right? I don't know. Well, the 7 is the touchdown, and the 11 is his uniform number. He's always open.
Yeah, Rich, and you're right. He's on a pace right now for 2,014 yards.
6th game with 100 or more receiving yards. No player has more than 4, and that's tied the single-season franchise record. Steve Largent, 4 games in a row he's had that mark, and that's the longest active streak in the NFL. And Sam Darnold, man, he's improved upon last year. Improved. And that's a guy who won 14 games last year. I'm not talking win-losses. I'm talking about 21-24 for 330 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns. He had 1 interception. But he didn't throw an incompletion in the first half. He was so on fire, he didn't even know he hadn't thrown an incompletion in the first half. This is him after the game talking about exactly that very subject matter.
Obviously I can feel the flow of the game and understand that we're doing really good on offense, but no, I didn't know that I hadn't thrown an incompletion. But it's pretty cool. Someone at halftime said to me that I hadn't thrown an incompletion, so I think he's to blame for that, for throwing an incompletion in the second half. Yeah. 17. Not going to say who it was.
It's just good to see him being the man. 2 more things about Sam Darnold here. This is crazy. Oh, man. 4th game with 4 more passing touchdowns since 2024. Only Lamar has more with 6, but let's go further back. There's only one other player in the history of the Super Bowl era to throw for 325 passing yards or more and 4 more passing touchdowns with 3 or fewer incompletions with no sacks taken in a game. I know that's a very small subset, but it just shows you throwing a lot, throwing for scores a lot, not missing, and not taking a sack. The only other one was Johnny Unitas in 1967.
Ooh.
Wow.
He's the 5th player with 4 or more passing touchdowns, 3 or fewer incompletions in a primetime game all time. You want to put it on the subset of doing it on the road. There's only one person who's done that. And his name is Len Dawson, who's also in the Hall of Fame like Johnny Unitas. Okay. And defensively, they're coming for you. The head coach can dial it up in Mike McDonald. And he is just a road warrior. Along with the rest of this team, they have now won 10 in a row on the road. This is crazy because normally you're like, don't take on Seattle. Don't let them get home field advantage because the 12s are so nuts and crazy things happen in Seattle, and it feels like you're playing on the moon up there. Certainly in a primetime game, crazy things happen. But this is a team that's like, we don't care. 10 in a row on the road. They win one more on the road that ties the 2019-2020 Chiefs, who won a Super Bowl in that span. And 3 more, they try the 2016-2017 Patriots, who won a Super Bowl in that span as well. And Seattle's next road game, however, is just up the road here against the Rams after a home game with Arizona. And this is what's pretty cool. They've got 2 against the Rams and 1 against the Niners left, and we all know they lost the first one against the 49ers to start the season. They're in San Francisco to end the season, and the NFC West is just deep and playable. Can Seattle keep doing it? Because, listen, they may have receivers you've never heard of and you were looking for the waiver wire to pick up. They got A.J. Barner, their tight end from Michigan, who ran one in. I guess he's their tush-push guy. Everybody's getting a tush-push guy. It's not the quarterback. It's the tight end.
As long as it's still legal.
And
I actually do have him on my team.
So they're great in every phase right now. And 100% can win the division, and 100% can win the conference. This is so wide open right now, you can't sit here and say they ought to have a chance. You even in Overreaction Monday asked if they could be number 1 overall.
Absolutely.
And at this point, they can. Kudos to them. And in this division, I think we're going to get 3. I really think we're going to get 3 out of this division. And it's separated by a half game. That's it. I mean, the Cardinals need to win tonight to even have a shot in the realm of entering the chat at some point. How's that for keeping things Dumb and Dumber wide open, having a chance?
So you're saying.
But the next game for the Rams, after eviscerating the Saints coming off of a bye week, is against San Francisco, which just got another win from Mac Jones. And another game in which Christian McCaffrey is just on point doing his thing. And to me, listen, with all due respect to Dak, and what I'm saying next is not disrespectful. This is not one of those. Having your hamstring ripped up like that, that's awful. That must have been a terrible rehab for him. And, those things can, who knows, maybe make you the shadow of less of yourself. And he's just only come back and been amazing. But Christian McCaffrey is the comeback player of the year. Achilles tendonitis in both legs, and then a knee injury on top of it. And he sets a record with his 16th career game with 1 on the ground and 1 in the air. That's all he's doing. He's keeping this team afloat with Mac Jones, who'll find Kendrick Bourne here. He finally found Jawan Jennings for a touchdown. At some point, Kittle's going to enter this zone. He has caught 1 touchdown since coming back from a hamstring injury of his own. They keep losing players on the defensive side of the ball, one after the other, but they keep on keeping on as well. Just ask Jim Harbaugh, former Niner head coach. Oh, it's easy to just go into MetLife in a 1 Eastern game and come out with the win on Jackson Dart. They got it done. Give it up. And then the Rams are just killing it. This is Matthew Stafford's best year as a pro. Did you hear what I just said?
Ooh.
Did you hear what I just said?
Best year as a pro.
Yes, sir. I got the numbers to back it up. Hold on a minute. I just have to find them first. Keep tap dancing while I look through my page.
Well, I'm saying he's had some monster years, including
look at you guys. Keep going.
5,000 yards in 2011.
And that year he won the ring.
Okay.
That's pretty.
He was comeback player of the year that year.
Yes, his back is better, huh?
That's
How about that, too?
His back is better. Yeah, 41 touchdowns.
All right, I found it. I got it. Let me take it over again, please.
Sorry.
Thank you. I saw 5 touchdown passes from his arm in London. Bye week, comes back, he threw 4. That's the most in a 2-game span in the history of the Rams. That's Kurt Warner we're talking about here. In terms of most passing touchdowns in the first 8 games of a single season in Rams history, the 2020 version of Stafford is second in this regard, 2 behind Kurt's 99 season when he won the Super Bowl and the MVP. Stafford didn't win the MVP in 2021, but he won the Super Bowl. He's got 21 now. And this is the guy, again, we didn't know if he was answering the Week 1 bell. When Puka's in, he finds him. When Puka's out, he finds Devontae Adams, who has now 5 touchdown passes in his last 2 games. Running the football, they are so good at it. Balake Karum. Balake went to war.
Oh,
yeah. And a season-high 171 rush yards for the Rams against the Saints. Williams had 25 carries for 114 rush yards. Those are season highs for him. And he didn't touch the ball in the first drive of the second half. And it's just like, is Blake Corum going to take this over? Yep. And so they're getting 13 carries from Balake and 25 carries from this guy on the screen. And they've got 4 tight ends that need to look alive because Stafford's going to find them. And Puka hopefully is going to, apparently he could have played again yesterday, but he didn't come back in.
Yeah, he kind of took a ding to the shoulder on that 4th down.
Well,
run.
I think it was his chest. He took it right in the chest. Okay. He fell on the football. Yeah. So NFC West is wide open. Anybody can win it, and anybody can go from there to win the conference, don't you think? Right now? And it's going to be so much fun. Rams at Niners next week. Seahawks at Rams the following week after that.
It's getting good.
Do you want to go to war, Malaki?
Yeah.
Good.
And you know, and by the way, the Niners, as we all know, have already won in Los Angeles on that Thursday night.
Right.
Where they took a massive lead with Mac Jones and nobody else, apparently. And Kendrick Bourne had 90 million yards receiving. And the Niners won in Seattle as well. The Niners, who are as banged up as anybody, playing with their backup quarterback and Mac Jones, 6-3. They could take control of the division. They could sweep the Rams. Ooh. And they already have a win in Seattle in their back pocket. And they got one more against Arizona after next week's home game. They could sweep the division. That's how you win it. Monday night at home against Carolina. Everybody, what? That game doesn't mean anything, does it? Yeah. Carolina now at 5-4. The game that I know every Niner fan has circled, like, watch, we'll lose this one at Cleveland. They always go to Cleveland, and it either rains or 40-mile-an-hour winds. Weird stuff happens for them there. Mm-hmm. And then a late bye before they're home for Tennessee at Indianapolis on a Monday night. They finish up against Chicago and Seattle. This is fun stuff. Anybody can win it out of the Rams, Niners, and Seahawks. And anybody can win the conference from there, too.
If I give you NFC West or the field for the 1 seed.
Man, how many more trades is Howie Roseman going to make?
Probably at least 1. We got about, 24 hours until the
field. I took the Lions prior to the season, so I'll take the field.
Yeah, but you're going to get off that pick.
No, I'm not. Why would I get off that pick?
In 3 weeks, you get the mulligan on the Thanksgiving.
So what's more likely? I get off that pick, or the field, or the NFC West takes the 1 seed? What's more likely? I get off that pick, or the NFC West gets the 1 seed?
See, now you're gonna stay on the pick just for spite. I'm gonna say NFC West.
How dare you use my desire to be right against me?
Well, I know who you are as a person.
Okay. That offends me as a host, not as a human. It's like that Seinfeld line. Does that offend you as a Jewish person? No, that offends me as a comedian. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.